I want to get caught up with patch 6.1 and the Discord recap, the translated stuff is like so friggin' massive, but I noticed that Zepla already did a video on it. So we'll be checking out like Zepla's recap real quick. But before that, I want to go ahead and check out the trailer, which I purposely stopped myself from watching so that I could watch it on stream with you guys. So let's see what's going on. And then I might watch it again and take a couple of pauses. But let's see. Oh, wait. Do I have the official Capcom stream still? That was from the latest Monster stream I did. Okay, let's get started. Hey, Hollow. Creative Business Unit 3.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
This map is the key to fabulous riches. But I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away.
This map may or may not be genuine.
Take heart and protect them well. Such
That's
were
the
the
PvP.
words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them.
They're really focusing on
As
the
you know,
PvP.
I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
What? Oh!
Looking for hints, at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library.
Witness the glory of the divine.
A gift of flame for our children.
So this is the spirit of man.
Come, mortals. Enter my realm, if you dare.
Holy crap. There's so much to unpack there. All of the ultimates.
The glory is mine.
Okay, guys, it's time for me to stop dilly-dallying and progressing P3S because we got to go do ultimates. Like, what the hell are we doing? Angry Scott's dad, thank you very much for being gross and getting this for 17 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you very much. Damn, dude. There was so much there to unpack. Like, what the hell? Man, let's go by it again real quick. And this time we're going to... So this is like all of the scions are gone, as we know, because like the whole thing, you know, at the end of Endwalker. She's like, oh, I've been keeping tabs on all of you. So Apparently, Urianger and Thancred stuck around near the Ragnarok for some reason. So I'm assuming that if they do have a quest... I mean, the first... I'm not sure it would make a lot of sense for 6.1 to just like the first step that you take into this new thing is going to be like, oh, let's go talk to all of the Scions, talk to all of our friends again. I guess it makes sense, even though it's a new story. It's almost like, okay, they're still doing their thing. I don't know.
I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is
Graha studying in friggin' Old Charlian.
This map is the key to fabulous riches.
So here's a very interesting thing. The map is the key to fabulous riches, and then they show you a dungeon. I'm assuming there's going to be like one dungeon. I don't think it'll be more than one. And then he gives the map to Estinian. I'm assuming Estinian paid like out the ass for this map because Estinian doesn't know how to handle coin. Now an interesting thing is like, look at this map, and then this thing lights up. So does that mean that you will be unlocking the... Wait, is this the Criterion dungeons? Could this be the Criterion dungeons? And it unlocks over time. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't think Criterion dungeons come with 6.1. But maybe the system that introduces Criterion dungeons later gets introduced with 6.1. I don't know, but whatever this is, seems very interesting. I hope the dungeons are more challenging. There's a little crabby boy in there. Big lasers. This is the PvP stuff, right? And looks like that they've shown the PvP very often during this trailer, which means they're probably going to be pushing PvP quite a bit. I didn't really see PvP gameplay footage because, you know, the live letter was only in Japanese and I don't understand Japanese, so.
Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
Let me see that part again. We got Lord Hien, Connie Senna, Aymeric, Blowfishwin, and Fortional. And they're all meeting. This is the Tower of Zot or whatever it was, where we fought Anima. Why? At least I think that's what this is. It looks like that. Why would they all be meeting here? Why are they bringing Lord Hien back into the fray? Guess we're going to need the help of all the nations. We're missing someone. Where's Nanamo? Well, I guess Nanamo wouldn't be over here because she needs to be like all protected and whatnot. But who would she send in her place? Is that Raban behind them? Yeah, that's Raban. Like, Raban is being covered by Fortuno. Yep, it's definitely like, you can see the horns here. It's Raban. I still need to do Hildebrand. I still haven't done all the Hildebrand quests. But it looks like they're going to tell you what happened to Hildy when he got ported over into the Hero's Gauntlet. Endsinger Extreme, dude. Endsinger Extreme is going to be epic. Like, is it just look at what they did with Heidelin, and now imagine what they're going to be doing with Endsinger Extreme. Oh my god. Is this like maybe a new minigame or something? Like where you do racing? Because I don't know if they announced this in the live letter or not. Yeah, see the Tower of Zot, like I said. Are these Asians? Really? Please tell me these aren't Asians. If these guys are Asians, I'm gonna be mad. Like, I thought the Asians threat was dealt with. Please don't. Stop. You can't just keep saying, here's some more Asians. Whoa, Nero! The Tony Stark of Eorzea returns. Our boy Nero is here. Wait. No, I was about to say, is this like no, this is a scenario. This is a scenario because I was about to ask if this was like a dungeon with trusts, but no, because there's 5 of them. What's going on with Vritra? That fight looks interesting, where it shifts the platforms. They're content patches, Gaijin. Then we had the Alliance raid right there. Enter my realm if you dare. Dude, so much. Newfound adventure. And then they give you just a little taste of the ultimate. We gotta proc P3S faster. We gotta proc through P3S faster to go do the ultimates, guys. I'm assuming we have to finish at least P4S to unlock the ultimate. We get to see Thal's balls finally. I don't know about that. Let's see what. Let's see the Zepla recap.
Hey Buns, today we got live letter 70, and with
Zepla, who by the way is currently in Portugal. For those of you who don't know, she luckily got out of that Ukraine mess that is obviously happening right now, the war, and she got here safely. She's in southern Portugal. I did offer if she needed like a place to stream from or whatnot. I offered all of that. She never replied. She probably thinks I'm a creeper in the internet. But yeah, I mean, I am a creeper in the internet, so there's that.
The new trailer for patch 6.1, which I will link to in the description box down below. Now, I would say
the one we just watched,
mildly spoilery. It has footage from the new trial, which I think is somewhat spoilery. So I'm going to talk about the new extreme trial near the end of this video. Pay attention to the video chapters for that specific I think it's mildly spoilery content. With that said, let's get to the recap because patch 6.1 is looking
by the way
stacked.
Can I just say I called this on stream? You guys remember when they initially said, okay, look, the patch is going to be mid-April? You guys remember I looked at the calendar and I said, it's going to be the 12th. I specifically said, it's going to be on the 12th of April. I friggin' called it. Not that it was particularly hard. I mean, you look to the middle of the month, you see where there's a Tuesday, and it was on the 12th. So there you go.
There is so much content in this patch. It is huge. There is a lot to talk about. So I'm going to be referencing not only the live letter from today, but also the Famitsu interview that Yoshi P gave yesterday. So that's a lot of extra info that I'm going to put in here too. All mixed up, consolidated.
We get all the info
here. So thank you again to the FF14 subreddit Discord for your unofficial translations as always. So
they're awesome.
We are going to be getting
on
lots
the
of main
FFXIV
story coming with the patch 6.1
Discord.
called A Newfound Adventure. And
Extra Troy, thank you very much for being wrestling with us for 7 months.
Said that
Tip of the hat.
The devs were faced with the question of what's even left after the long journey that we went through in patch 6.0, and they wanted to deliver the message of there's still many new challenges lying ahead. There's still a lot left for you to explore and to be excited about. And he cited Star Wars as a reference for the starting point of this new saga.
Oh, what? Dude. Yoshi P just looked at Disney and he's like, that's fine. I'll do it myself. If you guys can't figure out your shit, I'll just do it myself, alright? That's what Yoshi P said. The absolute Giga Chad just went in there and he's like, hey, you know what? Your sequels fucking blow, so we'll just make better ones ourselves. We're all moisture farmers now.
Starting with this patch. He said a direct, straight to the point, easy to digest starting point. And so as you adventure through these unexplored places, you will discover your next main objective. And they do plan to reveal what that is. And you're also not going to be completely cut off from all the characters that you've met along the way. But it is going to be, like I said, a new saga starting now. There's a new role quest with an additional storyline that you can access only after finishing all of the existing Endwalker role quests, sort of like we had in Shadowbringer, so we'll probably have some additional Endwalker lore there. And there's the new side quest series, Tataru's Grand Endeavor. Now, this one's not actually coming out with the patch, but will release a little bit later in 6.1x. And that's because Yoshi P said it might throw you off a little bit if you do this side quest concurrently with the new main scenario quest. Tataru's Grand Endeavor is intended to...
So I would just like to point out, you know how World of Warcraft is struggling to put out content? This is a little bit of a, you just got to take a couple of jabs here and there, right? But it's like, they're struggling to put out content. Final Fantasy XIV is like, we have too much content. We can't put it all out at once because you'll be confused. We have too much content. We don't want to overwhelm you with content, all right? So we'll delay this one just a little bit so that you can focus on the other things, and then we'll put this other one back.
Thank all of the NPCs who have contributed to the stuff that happened in 6.0. So if you've played through 6.0, you know what this is referring to. And the scale of this side quest is similar to the experience that you had with building a Talos back in Shadowbringers.
Ooh.
And since this is all about thanking all the people that helped you along the way and helped you in 6.0, there are some conditions attached. So if you didn't complete the Four Lords side quest, for example, from Stormblood, then those NPCs are not going to appear in this side quest. So doing old side quests will unlock more story within the new Tataru's Grand Endeavor side quest series. So basically, you need to go back and do every quest, dungeon, trial, and raid, and side quest in the whole game before you do these quests.
Wait, what?
There's no Hildebrand story quest in
I missed that. What'd she say?
Tataru's Grand Endeavor helped you along the way and helped you in 6.0. There are some conditions attached. So if you didn't complete the Four Lords side quest, for example, from Stormblood, then those...
I mean, who didn't complete the Four Lords side quests? I mean, come on. What's wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with you? Go complete the Four Lords side quests. They're great.
NPCs are not going to appear in this side quest. So doing old side quests will unlock more story within the new Tataru's Grand Endeavor side quest series. So basically, you need to go back and do every quest, dungeon, trial, and raid, and side quest in the whole game.
Every side quests in the whole game? Excuse me? Nah, that can't be right. Nah, there's no way.
Before you do these quests. Basically. There's new Hildebrand story quests in patch 6.15, and Yoshi P said it's going to be very silly. It's
See, this is important. This is what I need to get on. The Hildebrand.
And there's going to be new quests to the Omega storyline. So if you haven't finished the Omega raids, you're going to want to do that now. New custom delivery quests are going to be added in 6.15.
See, Gaijin, didn't I tell you that we should do the Omega raids? I'm always thinking about you, dude. I'm always just like, okay, I got to get Gaijin through the Omega raids. Got to make sure that he's ready for... This is why we did them. This is why. Now you're ready for the next things that are coming.
5 for Emiliance. So yes, it's confirmed that you will be able to dress her up however you wish when you're done with those quests.
Alpha knows like, you sick fuck. How dare you dress my mother like this? This is my mother. What the fuck? Alpha knows gonna be really... Alice is just gonna beat you up. She's like, the fuck you giving my mother like fucking 2B leggings? The fuck is wrong with you? Stop looking at my mother's ass. Give twins mom the 2B outfit. See, there you go. I knew it. Like, so many people are gonna do it too. You people are terrible. Terrible.
Emilians, I'm so sorry. Having a duty support system. So this is a new feature that's going to help out new players by giving you AI bots to run stuff for you. I mean, with
you.
Yoshi went into Totorak with his group, and it looked like the party members took out 2 mobs before he even started attacking. And so maybe you actually can just let them run it for you, similar to how squadrons can work if you're extremely lazy. I do recall, and though in a previous live letter, they said that dungeons that are not part of the main story will not be supported. I can actually show you a list of all the content that will be available in the duty support system. So as I mentioned, yeah, the dungeon here, that's actually Totorak. It looks considerably better. Yoshi said that you will probably encounter some of these changed dungeons in your leveling roulette, and some of them have minor changes though, like Hawk Manor. You don't have to do /return anymore to get back to the entrance. So yeah, it looks like Totorak got a Toto renovation. The duty support system is similar to Trust, only the game will choose your teammates for you based on your job instead of you just being...
I really wish they'd give you the option to bring in your squad. Because I feel like the squad mechanic is so underutilized. It would be cool if they would just let me bring in my squad. I'll just bring them in and we'll have a good time. Because like I have my squad, they're all set up to go. So it'd be cool.
Able to choose who you want to run with. So I think this is going to help a lot for new players who are a bit shy about jumping into group content when they're only level 15, like versus Sasha, like not ready to do that right away. And
I was the exact opposite. The second I was able to jump into a dungeon, I'm like, here we go. Didn't even hesitate. It's like, let's go. Let's find out how to do things. And I messed up Sastasha. But then again, back in the day, it was harder to do Sastasha because warriors didn't actually have an AoE, and I was playing a warrior. And I think I had to like subclass into Paladin to go get the ability that was called Flash at the time, which was the only AoE that you'd be able to get, which worked kind of like an AoE taunt. But I was like, yeah, let's go. And the thing about warrior is that I would actually have to cycle the targets individually with single target skills. It was very frustrating. Your squad hates you and doesn't want to run with you. Sounds like the static. I see how it is. I sacrifice myself for you guys, and this is what I get. That's fine. I'll remember that.
For some of the more important Realm Reborn story dungeons that like so much story builds up to the climax of getting to some of these dungeons, and you don't want to feel rushed in a huge crazy mob like rushing through. And so I think that for new players, it's going to be a much better experience, but it does mean the days of Netflix roulette are coming to an end. There will be a new dungeon, and it is confirmed that we will continue to only get 1 new dungeon per patch, just like how it was in Shadowbringers.
No, I want 5 dungeons per patch. God damn it. I just want dungeons. I want to gorge myself in dungeons. That's all I want. I just want to do more dungeons.
It's a little bit of a bummer for people who remember Stormblood or Heavensward when we got more new dungeons throughout the lifetime of an expansion. But this new dungeon, I think you can see it in the patch trailer. It certainly looks Thabnarian. There's like gold and treasure laying around. So I think it's a treasure hunting type adventure lore-wise that we're going on. One of the bosses will be turning your Mikotes in your party into little Puritos. The new Unreal trial will be Ultima's Bane Unreal, and Yoshi said that there will be new rewards for the Unreal this time that are going to be better, so that's good. I know I complained a lot about Unreal rewards in the past. Originally, though, they actually wanted to pick one of the Warring Triad primals, like Sophia's, Irvin, Sephiroth, but they decided to go with Ultima because they felt with the refresh of the Realm Reborn content that we're getting in this patch, it would be more...
I think one of the cool things about the Ultima Unreal is that hopefully a lot of people will be able to actually listen to that goddamn soundtrack, which is ridiculously... it's ridiculously underappreciated due to the fact that you never really listen to it. Because by the time you get to Ultima, everybody blows up Ultima so goddamn fast, the music doesn't even kick into high gear. It doesn't even go where it's supposed to go. So It's not big fat tacos. No. Listen, see, you guys don't even know. Like, listen, let me grab it here real quick. Ultima XIV theme. It's freaking fantastic. Like, listen to this. Most people even forget that this is what the music is because they're watching Netflix while they're doing this. But this music is friggin' beautiful. And it's like, let me just fast forward here a little bit. So you have this part you hear. But you rarely go much further than this, and the music gets so much more beautiful. Very underappreciated. I guarantee you that, like, if you play this music to someone who hasn't paid attention to Ultimate, they'll be like, that's Ultima's music? Really? Yes! Yes, it is! Most people won't even recognize it.
Fitting. Though I wonder if by not picking a Warring Triad Primal, they managed to sever a time. As for the new Extreme Trial that will be added, it is the Extreme Trial version of the final story boss of Endwalker. So when Yoshi-P was showing us the arena, he said to look away if you haven't finished Endwalker. And so considering all that, I'm going to put this section at the end of the video about this Extreme Trial. So please reference the video chapters to see it. Now patch 6.1 will also give us the new Alliance raid.
Imagine being respectful of spoilers. Imagine that. As opposed to just like plastering everything on thumbnails like I've been seeing for a lot of Elden Ring videos. Imagine actually being respectful of spoilers. God damn.
Myths of the Realm, Part 1. Now, it looks absolutely spectacular. He did show us a little bit of the interior of the raid. And
oh, wow, that thing actually moves?
Music. This Alliance raid, he said, does share story elements with the epilogue of the Hydaelyn Zodiac saga.
Epic.
So you'll be exploring the 12 and the old history of Eorzea. Very interesting. I wonder what exactly that means, where exactly we will go to do this content. Yoshi-P said that it might feel similar in terms of overall play feel to Return to Iblis, actually. And that is a little bit concerning because it looks like, according to the patch trailer, like you are going to be encountering another thunder god, like another god associated with lightning. And so I don't know how many of you remember what thunder god was like on release for Iblis, but actually, maybe
damn, this guy. Oh man, there's gonna be
like on release for Iblis.
There's gonna be a lot of wipes, dude. If it's as mechanically complex as this. Hey, I like the raids as well, Valen. Don't get me wrong. Like I love all the raids. What I didn't like was the quest line for the Iblis raids, because it was extremely verbose. And when I say extremely verbose, I mean it actually spent my voice trying to read all of that dialogue until I eventually stopped. I had to actually stop. I was like, I'm stopping because this is crazy. Not to mention that I also don't have any nostalgia for Final Fantasy XII, but I did buy Final Fantasy XII for the Switch, so there's that.
But actually, maybe Byragot can repair your gear for you. I do see him in the patch trailer. You see his hammers with his symbol on them. You also can see Ralgur the Destroyer. That's the aspect of lightning god, patron god of monks. You can see his big ass fist punching through the whole arena. And I see Azema, the warden. I'm sure that's her. And I see
Azema!
Naldthal.
See, I don't know all of these like 12 gods and stuff, but if that's Azema, she's my deity. See, I knew I had picked right. She's the flame goddess. Look at her. I knew I'd pick right. Look at Azema. If this is Azema, I'm assuming it is because she said Azema and this showed up. I'm actually, no, I'm just a peasant when it comes to XIV lore, so there's that.
And I see scales of Naldthal. Naldthal being the twin god of commerce and the afterlife. Nald is for the living, Thal is for the dead. Though I do remember at a fan fest, Koji Fox once admitted that he split Naldthal into Nald and Thal so that he could get the phrase Thal's balls into the game. That's a true story. They did show us the new gear from these Alliance raids on...
Wait, he split the gods just so that he could have the phrase Thal's ball. Dude, that's some next level shit right there. It's like, hey, dude, I want to be able to type Thal's balls in the game. It's like, okay, I guess we'll just split this god in half then. Seems reasonable. Have a nice day.
Of paper, yes, and in this case it's kind of bad because they're really bright and a bit hard to see, but yeah, the tank set has a see-through cape, which I think is really cool. That's a Viera, by the way. You can see with a new hairstyle. Well, it's not a new hairstyle, but it's new to Viera. Haven't seen that available to Viera yet, so that's cool. I personally really like the tank set and caster and healer sets. Like, it's obvious that those are for caster and healer. So, as for the Dragonsong War Ultimate Raid, it's going to release 2 weeks after patch 6.1 in patch 6.11. And the weapons will, as always, have some cool special effects. He said these are going to be really standout, awesome special effects on the weapons. And, however, it better be awesome because he warned us that unless you are a world first raider, this is going to take you about 4 to 5 months to prog and clear.
He said 4 to 5 months. What do you mean this will take us some time, Shadowmancers? We can't even attempt it. Don't you have to clear P4S to unlock this? It's going to take us 4 to 5 months to unlock it at the rate we're going.
This fight. Now, if you're a casual and you have the attitude of, oh, let's just take it easy and clear, well, you can up that estimate to 7, 8 months. Who knows? Who knows how long?
This is numbers go brr, but in the worst kind of way. What the hell?
It take you half a year
if only
if you're a casual. So
he
you did say that
Mrs.
there's
Tummy
going to be
Giggles, thank you very much for
like,
making greater good gross name.
that'll make you say, I understand how this works.
Shade support, thank you.
But I can't get past it. It's not going to be so much of riddle solving and like once you figured out the puzzle, then it's pretty much like easy to go through it. It's more going to be just hitting this wall, I guess, where you're just going to have to get good to get past it. So it's going to be absolutely brutal content. Now, a second ago, I think we saw a little peek at a new hairstyle that might be available for Viera soon. But they also showed us new hairstyles for Hrothgar. Unfortunately, their ears are missing in all of them. Like, they showed us several different ones and none of them have ears showing. Yoshi said that the ears were hiding underneath the hair, but I really don't think that flies here because none of these hairstyles are like poofy enough for that to make any sense. So yeah, I saw some people ask
Yoshi P is like, listen guys. You want some haircuts? When you went to the hairstylist, he chopped off your ears because your ears were sticking out like a sore thumb, and he just fixed that. Asking
if this was an April Fool's Day joke. but I do not think it is. So yeah, I really hope that they listen to feedback from players on this, but
no, their ears are gone.
How can they without ears? Glamour plates number will be increased to 20, and you'll be able to apply them at any sanctuaries. Pretty much anywhere you can teleport, you can put on a glamour plate.
Nice.
Moving on to job adjustments. So I have to make something very clear here. This is not a comprehensive list of changes, and the jobs mentioned here are not the only ones that will get changes. Almost every job is going to get some sort of adjustment. So if you don't see a change that you want here, then that doesn't mean that it's not coming, or a change that you don't want doesn't mean that that's not coming. So this is just a taste to whet the appetite, so to speak. A bit of info just to sustain us until the full list of changes will be in the patch notes. So with that said, potency buffs for Machinist confirmed. Samurai will have Kaiten removed, but your Midare and Kaishi Setsugeka and your Ogi and Kaishi Namikiri will now be guaranteed.
Okay, who the fuck okay, anybody who doesn't play a samurai, who the fuck understands Midari Setsugeka, Kaishi Setsugeka, Ogi Namikiri, Kaishi Namikiri, Hisatsu Kaiten? It's like, what the fuck, dude? The fuck is wrong with you samurai mains out there? I mean, come on, man. What the fuck? Get your shit together. I'm joking. But I'll tell you what. the first time I played, my samurai is like level 60 something. I was leveling a samurai for a while, and in order to understand how the samurai work, it took me a long time because I was trying to read the skills and I was like, what the hell does any of this? Because then one skill will reference the other one and it'll be like, okay, so, you know, like in a warrior, you'd be like, okay, here's your heavy swing, here's your maim, here's your whatever, your storm's path. And then you go to samurai and it's like, oh, this thing makes your Midari Setsugeka and your Kaeda Namihichi and your Namikiri and your Ogi, now they crit. But then when you do the Kaeshi, then the Midare changes into Koguru and it's... What? I wouldn't like it's the weirdest thing with the friggin' names, dude. It's wild. Although playing the actual class itself is not nearly as complicated as that. It's just mostly getting over the names.
Guaranteed critical hits, so I'm sure a lot of samurai will be happy about that. Ninja's trick attack will no longer buff party damage, but will only increase the ninja's damage. So rip to trick attack, but Mug will now buff everybody's damage to a target on a 120-second recast. So that's going to be your new party buff that you're offering the group. As for Dark Knight, they are changing Living Dead so that the Walking Dead portion of Living Dead will have a sort of lifesteal effect. It's going to restore HP by a significant amount upon successfully landing attacks. Now, we do not know how much this potency will be. We don't know how much it's going to heal for. If it's a low potency heal, then you're still going to be highly dependent on the healer to heal you up after you use Living Dead. But if it's a lot, then as it says, it's a significant amount, then I feel like
I gotta say something though. I feel like tanks are supposed to be dependent on the healer. I've always felt like that's what being a tank is all about. The fact that in FFXIV, there's 3 tanks that barely rely on the healer at all, which are the warrior. Warrior doesn't need a healer, basically. You can go in with warrior and like 3 DPSers and you can be fine. To a certain extent, if you plan on using Clemency, Paladin doesn't need a healer either. As a matter of fact, the other day we did Dead Ends with Gaijin. He was healing. He died on every single boss fight because he had performance anxiety. And we still did just fine. Because not only I healed myself, I healed the whole goddamn party. But it's like, I gotta feel like tanks should need to rely on healers. The thing is, healers in Final Fantasy XIV... they're not really healers, I feel like, in most of the time. What they really are is they're a support class. And that's what they want to be. They want to be a support class. And what do I mean by support? It means every now and then they'll toss an OGCD heal. Every now and then. But most of the time, they're just spamming whatever damage buttons they have. They're green DPS. Exactly. If they're dependent on the healer, how will Q get his parse? Exactly. So I do feel like But it's whatever. Look, it's the FFXIV way. Healers just want to deal more and more damage. They don't really want to spend that much time healing. It just strikes me as a little bit weird that they're trying to make tanks as independent from healers as possible. Because like I said, on the current extremes, I can tank as a paladin. I can tank any extreme without a healer. I really don't need a healer. I can just clemency myself whenever I go a little bit too low. But most of the times, you don't even go that low, so it's whatever. Warriors don't need a healer at all. Just like bloodwetting, go brr, done. Friggin' gunbreakers, they have like two regen stacks, plus on top of it, they have their built-in Excog in the form of, what's the name of the skill? I keep forgetting. Heart of Stone. It's not Heart of Stone, it's Heart of Corundum now. Yeah, they have like a built-in Excog in their Heart of Corundum, which also gives them damage reduction. Is just like... And then you had the poor little Dark Knight who was the only one that didn't have it, and now they're going to give it to him. I don't know.
You might heal yourself up too early and then not get the full duration out of your invuln, which I think kind of sucks. But overall, this is my opinion, compared to the other tanks' immunity buttons, this could still be a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Summoner's
it is.
Searing Light will now be cast directly from the summoner instead of the carbuncle. Dragoons will have some skills repurposed and readjusted to cut down
this is a huge thing. Okay, as someone who doesn't even main Dragoon, but I've played a little bit of Dragoon, this is a huge thing, because I would always be trying to weave in 2 jumps, and I would always be like, damn it, I missed the GCD because I was trying to weave 2 jumps, because you can't weave 2 jumps. The animation lock on jumping is ridiculous. And I'll tell you what, they should shorten the animation lock on paladins as well. The amount of times I'm trying to reprisal and I'm fucking hammering the button down, just reprisal, motherfucker. And he's just stuck doing something else. It's very annoying. I'm hammering it down. There's times where I almost miss tanking cooldowns because I'm animation lock. I'm Sentinel! No! And it doesn't happen. I'm literally mashing on it. Sentinel! Give me Sentinel!
button bloat, and Dragoon's jump animation locks will at long last be shortened. That's been a long time coming. Also, Ninja and Red Mage will also have some reduced animation locks. Warrior will also be adjusted in some unspecified way, which they didn't say.
I know exactly which one it is. If they're adjusting Warrior animation locks, I don't think we have to dig too deep, guys. Can I get a Primal Rend for 2? Primal Rend? And Primal Rend, anybody? I still remember Ava, which was our warrior off tank when we were going through P2S, and he would be picking up the coherence, and then you'd see him an animation lock for Primal Ren and then continue moving.
Yeah. All healers will be getting MP changes, so skills will cost less. White Mages, Cure 3, and Asylum will have a bigger radius, and Lily Bell can now be ended at will to restore HP, depending on how many stacks you have left whenever you pop it, whenever you destroy the Lily Bell. So, that's good, but I was personally kind of hoping for some improvements to Lily spenders, but like I said, this is not a comprehensive list of changes.
Blood lilies.
And Scholar Sprint has been heavily nerfed. Expedience is now 10 seconds, down from 20 seconds. And
you guys remember how people were memeing on this ability? They're nerfing it by 50% because it's so fucking powerful. Everybody was memeing on Scholars when they announced Scholar makes you go faster. It's gotta nerf that shit, dude. People are abusing it. Everybody was memeing, oh, Scholar makes you go faster. Turns out that's pretty fucking important.
And so I think this is a huge nerf intended to make Sage more attractive to prog parties. Also, jobs that are at a low level feeling too empty will be adjusted. Basically, they're going to let you get certain skills earlier on some jobs if the low level experience.
Give me atonement at level 50 or give me death. Give me atonement at level 50 or give me death. And also give me, what's the name of the skill again? Confettier at level 60. Requiescat at level 58. Confettier at level 6. Well, no, level 60 might be a little bit too soon. I don't know. Maybe we do Atonement at level 60, and then we do Confettier at level 70, and then we do Big Confettier at level 80. I don't know what we'd get at level 90, though, but yeah. Death it is then, streamer.
I said it a million times. It's worth repeating. Patch notes will tell us the full story. We should expect to see patch notes on April 11th. The new Beast Tribe quests are for the Arcasadra, and their mount appears to be a hippo carriage. So that's what you get for helping the elephants. The little hippopotamus carriage. I guess after you complete enough tusks for them. He also showed us some other mounts. So there's the troll mount. That is not from Beast Tribe Quest. It's just from somewhere else. Of course, he didn't want to specify, but it is a video game, so finding a troll shouldn't be too hard. Another mount, the bird that we had seen in Zadnor, I think, as a Fate boss, but that was the last expansion, so it's not going to be from Zadnor. It's not going to be from Zadnor. Also, a dino with a canopy and the pod. The Nier pod mount that people have been asking for ever since the Nier raids released. So that's awesome. I wonder, he said it's easy to obtain. So I wonder if he's going to stick it in the Nier raids. I'm not sure. We'll see. As for minions, we saw a cheap little toy car. Looks like Nero driving it. There's a minion that looks like it's from the dungeon. Looks like the dungeon, one of the dungeon bosses from the patch trailer. Dreadnought, a kangaroo, I like the little Dreadnought. Pomeranian type little pupper, and a booby. Can I show a booby on YouTube? We're doing it. There's a new idle pose for holding your parasol, which looks a lot better, but is not going to help with getting the rain off of your head. New fashion accessory of glasses and sunglasses too, though sunglasses, Yoshi was like, that doesn't look like a healer. That would heal you right.
So wait. I can have glasses and a hat? I can have glasses and a hat? The technology has finally allowed us to have glasses and a hat? Only in town? That's disappointing. I want to have glasses in combat. Thank you very much.
It's like the sunglasses from so much glare. They showed us a new glamour set, but it was really hard to see on the white paper that it was printed out on. So I would keep checking the special site for 6.1. Sometimes they like to post the renders on there before the patch. So just keep an eye on the special site. Maybe you'll be able to see it better there. I'll link to that below. Or maybe on the FF14 Instagram. They post on there sometimes. There's a new feature that's only available in the inn where you can preview items in the Mog Station, how they will look on your character. Now, a few weeks ago, Yoshi said that he didn't really want to implement this feature. And he knows that there are some players who would go so far as to say, let me buy this in the game. But he really doesn't want to put the cash shop in the game. So even though it makes sense from a business perspective,
I don't like the feature either. And I understand why he doesn't like the feature. And to be honest, what they should have done is just let you do this on the website, because you already have like your character on the website, right? Like if I go to the Mog Station, let me see. What the hell? Oh, I typed MGS station and that went to a completely different thing. If we go to the Mog Station, let me just log in real quick. I'm not a robot. Is it the Mog Station or the Lodestone? No, it's the Lodestone. That's what it is. And now let me log in. I would log in to all of these websites. But I'll show you guys here in a second. Let's type Rurikhan. Yes, log in with my main character, please. Dude, this website's so unresponsive. But like, look, see? I can already see my character here in the website. This is my character. Just like it is in-game. So just put in a feature that lets me test this out here on the website. Because like I said, I don't like when the store stuff goes into the game. I think that is a bad thing. And I think that Yoshi P understands that, which is why he's like, I don't like this very much. I don't like this idea of you just having these features in game. You need to separate the things that are in game to you need to separate the end game from the store as much as possible. You don't want people thinking about the store when they log into the game, because that is a bad experience. So the simple fact that you already have like this in the website, just do the preview on the website. Just import whatever this is into the Mog Station, so that whenever you go to the Mog Station on the website itself, you can preview it on your character.
That's not something that he wants to do. And I mean, I personally think that this feature is fine. Like, I think it's fair. It is more fair to allow players to try stuff on first before they spend their money on it, so they have a better idea of what it is, how it will actually look on their character before they spend their money.
I think that's fine, but it should have been
that should be on the Mog Station at some point.
It should have been on the website itself,
it's called
not
Dream
on the game.
Fitting. So it's dreaming about having money to burn, I guess. Now on to the new Ishgard housing. So there is a detailed explanation of how the new purchase system will work that's on Lodestone, and I'm going to link to that below. I'll also link to the clip where I went over that with everybody on stream. But in short, the lottery system for house purchasing is going to be added to all of the residential districts, not just Ishgard. And so you will just go to the plot you want, put your money in the placard, and pray. And so you are no longer, like, the days of the desperate measures of you just sitting at your computer clicking nonstop and not getting up to go eat or sleep or use the bathroom, just crouching over a bucket. Those days are over.
The degenerate
punishing your
bucket days,
organs and your clicker finger, and we can stop rewarding the clicker bots, the auto clicker bots. They've also showed us some new housing exteriors, gingerbread houses of various kinds and colors. So Ishgard is going to be like a candy land, I assume. There's also new housing items, a really, really nice bed. Onto adventurer plates. So I'm extremely excited about this feature. It looks very cool. This is a highly customizable character portrait, and you can unlock all kinds of different frames and backgrounds and stuff from just doing content. Like, I think there's an ultimate frame that you can unlock.
ERPers are going to have a field day with this shit. They're going to have a field day with this shit. This is going to really bring out the more degenerate players, 1,000%. And I'm 100% here to see it.
For yourself. And you can pose your character for it. There has like a little bit of a G-pose type system within it, built in, that you can use to pose your character for the portrait. Basically, it's amazing, and I think it's going to be a huge time sink for a ton of people. One thing that was extremely cool is that you can see other people's
ERPers. She's talking about ERPers. I mean, we already know what's going to happen. You're going to get into PvP, and all of this is just going to be some character bending over, and it's going to be ass. Well, no, it might be like ass, boobs, something like that.
Adventure plates in PvP when you load into the match. So I think that's a really good segue into our next section, where I'll show you the clip where you can see the other people's plates. So yes, the new PvP Crystalline Conflict, that's the name of the new PvP mode. It looks really good. It was very fun to watch Yoshi P do this. It's basically Overwatch. And all the job actions for PvP have been completely...
It's not basically Overwatch, it's Payload. Wasn't Payload initially introduced in Team Fortress? Pretty sure Team Fortress did Payload before Overwatch. I think. I'm not really a shooter guy, so...
changed. Like, everything's changed. Every job has its own personal limit break now. And we saw what looks like a white mage death laser in the patch trailer. I think in the match that Yoshi P did on stream, you can see him getting deleted by a white mage blasting him with the death laser. And I also saw in the patch trailer what looks like a dancer charm.
Every white mage's wet dream, a fucking death laser.
Ability, which is like peak dancer job fantasy for me. And it's also exciting to see some more crowd control abilities coming into play and being important for PvP.
No, Zepla. Crowd control is not exciting at all. Trust me. I mean, you've been to World of Warcraft. You know this. Crowd control is not that exciting. That is basically what PvP is in World of Warcraft, is who can bring out the most crowd control to completely turn somebody off for like a full minute and blow them up, which is not interesting.
So I'm super hyped on this. Rival Wings, by the way, is going to be on hiatus till patch 6.1 for balancing, though. Crystalline Conflict is a 5v5 match where you just get on the point. You get on the payload. Like in Overwatch, and it's very fast paced. It's only 5 minutes per match, and you can sprint as much as you want until you cast a spell or a skill, until you attack. And I will link to the point in the VOD in the description box where Yoshi P started the match with the dev team. So if you want to just watch the 5-minute match, you can. But they did not go easy on him at all. It was really so much fun to watch. I just can't wait for it. So the reward system has gotten a much needed overhaul as well. And they're going to be series that are updated with every major patch. So series 1 starts with patch 6.1, series 2 starts with patch 6.2, and so on. You will get XP from all the PvP content that you do. And you will see in the top right of the screen here how much XP you need to reach the next stage. And every level up will grant you the next reward. Now, the new currency is trophy crystals. You can use them in the Wolves Den like just normal currency like Gil. And they showed us the gear set that you can get in Series 1 when you reach level 25, and it looks absolutely amazing.
Now that looks fucking badass, dude. That looks fucking badass. Hells yeah.
Amazing. Now, when patch 6.2 comes, your level will be reset and the rewards will change, but the trophy crystals that you've earned will stay. So if you didn't make it in time, then you can still use these crystals to buy the rewards from the previous series. They'll stay for one additional patch, but then they will be gone after that. Now, as for the ranking system, there's...
I don't like that. I don't like the FOMO aspect of it. I mean, sure, it's like an additional patch. I guess if you really want it, you can kind of still get it, but it always sucks for people that come after, right? Like for instance, you guys remember how much I wanted to get the Regalia. It was so frustrating to have to wait for so long until they eventually brought that goddamn event quest back so that I could get my Regalia. So it's like, I always like things being accessible, even by someone who comes later. I'm not a big fan of like, oh, these rewards will go away eventually. It's like for seasonal events, I think that's one thing, and I think that's fine. I guess PvPs are just going to become kind of like... I mean, this is already in the game, in the form of like the mounts and stuff that you can get from PvP. This is already a system in the game, so it's whatever, but yeah.
Different sub-levels within each tier. You can rank up in sub-levels by winning games. That gives you gold stars, and once you max out on gold stars within a sub-level and you win, then you rank up. So that's how you move through the sub-levels and then also through the different tiers. You cannot drop down a tier. So once you've reached silver, you cannot go back down to bronze. So like no smurfing is going to be happening. But the highest tier, which is crystal, that has a little bit different rules. In the crystal tier, your ranking will be determined by the amount of crystal credit in your possession. And the credit is gained or lost depending on the outcome of matches. So it's more of an MMR system for the crystal highest tier. So to recap, the time between patch 6.1 and patch 6.2 will be PvP Series 1. And for ranked, there will be 2 seasons in between 6.1 and 6.2. Now, that ranking is only applying to Crystalline Conflict, while for the normal PvP Series 1, you can level up just by doing any PvP content and getting that PvP XP. In other PvP news, the Garo collaboration event is returning. So some previously unobtainable mounts and gear will soon be available again. And finally, here is the mildly spoilery section that I saved for the end of this video to talk about the new extreme trial that they're adding, the Endsinger's Aria. So Yoshi P got in the game and he showed us around the arena a little bit, and he said this battle is about true hope versus true despair. That is, the concept for the battle is crushing hope with overwhelming despair. With that in mind, some of the mechanics in this extreme will tread on savage level difficulty. And if players complain that it's too hard, Yoshi will just say, I'm sorry, but this is the last boss. And so, yes, he's prepared.
Sorry! Fucking deal with it.
To tell people to deal with it. Just get good, get better.
Hashtag deal with it.
But you do get 2 totems for clearing this fight. So I'm really looking forward to it. As for the final announcements, so data center travel will be available in patch 6.18. Cross-region travel will be locked, though, so there's still not going to be EU to NA yet. But Yoshi did say that he wants to add cross-region travel, but first he's just going to take it slow, do this, like, see how things go bit by bit. I think that's the right way to handle it, because there are some cultural considerations at play. People who play on different data centers might play the game in different ways and have different player etiquettes. So it's better to sort of monitor the situation and not overwhelm people with a dramatic shift. The new Primals album will be for sale on May 25th, so stay tuned to Lodestone for more information about that. The Primals concert will be live in Japan June 4th and 5th, if you're lucky enough to be in Japan for that. The art book for Endwalker will release September 13th, but you can already pre-order it right now. The wearable gaming speaker is going up for sale, and you can check the link on the screenshot here if you're interested in that. Yoshi is going to read the patch notes for patch 6.1 on April 11th, only in Japanese though, of course, and the maintenance for patch 6.1 will be 24 hours, as I told you at the start of this video. So that is all the information for patch 6.1. I know this is probably a long video, but there's a lot to cover here. So
not as long as this reaction. Got him.
I'm happy to finally make a video about Final Fantasy 14 after a lot of horrible things have happened between now and the last time I was able to make a video about Final Fantasy 14. So again, I really want to thank all of you who have been supporting me on Patreon and on Twitch that have allowed me to continue making content. I cannot thank you enough for that. It means the world to me. So thank you for that very much. With that said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's a little bit loud. Sorry about that.
Hey Buns, today.
Boom. Make sure to hit that with the like and all that stuff.